Welcome back. Happy holidays. I hope your New Year's was good. Now we're over, back to the grind, 2025. We're going to start our question and answer, the first one of 2025, right now. So our first question of our Wednesday question and answer is, I just want to wish you and your family a healthy and prosperous 2025. Happy New Year's. This is a really good friend of mine, bro. You know that I'm busy, I'm on the grind. The only reason I'm not seeing you is because I'm kind of ultra focused. Tell you the wife, the girls, I said hello, and uncle is still around. He's just on the grind. And I wish you the best, bro. You know you can call me at any time. Green screen means big things coming. Yes, I got a green screen, and now I got to figure out how to try to use it. So here we go, learning curve once again. Best dog breed for a family companion guard dog at night. Most dogs become aloof at nighttime. Nighttime is when their natural instinct is to be a little more aloof, generally. The best for a family companion and guard dog, I wouldn't say it would be a nighttime thing, but in general to me would be a Dutch Shepherd or a Malinois or a German Shepherd of a certain character. If you want something a little laid back, I would say a Corso, a Rottweiler, something like that. Now, when I say laid back, I mean they don't have as much energy. They're Molossers, so they're a little more relaxed, but they can also be a handful. I would say you wouldn't have to worry too much about exercise with the Corsos and the Rottweiler. They're more homebodies. They will go out and exercise, but they're not like a Mal or a Dutchie. Regardless of what people say, they don't need to run 1,000,000 miles for the day. I got Dutchies. They could chill on the couch all day long, 24 hours for a week. Doesn't matter. As long as I let them out to go pee and poop, there's no issues. So the idea that, oh, the dog's got to get out and like lose energy all the time, it's not really a thing for me. I think that's more to do with training. Yes, there is some genetics, but if you let them get out a little bit, they're more than happy to be cuddling at home. Have you ever trained a Dachshund, or is it really impossible? There is no impossible dog to train. Dachshunds are probably easier to train than other dogs that I've dealt with. English Bulldog can be very stubborn. Shiba Inus can be very independent. Huskies can be independent. So there's different dogs with different issues. I don't see a Dachshund as being a problem. What happened to the Boral you were training on YouTube like 8 years ago? She was a really nice dog. Now, I was called by a rescue that they couldn't handle the dog. They couldn't take the dog. The family that it came from, the dog was dangerous to anybody that was a stranger. And then the rescue took the dog, and then they called me and said, can you help us with the dog? As we all know, people that are in the working dog world or the work dogs, they will tell you rescues are not the best to deal with. The reason is their intent is sometimes good. Their methodology is totally wrong. I trained the dog, I had fixed the dog, I socialized the dog, I put a lot of time into the dog, and they didn't follow guidelines. They put the dog in a new home. I had a talk with the owner. I told them what to do, but the rescue advised them differently than what I told them to do. Dog jumped out the window, ended up on the front yard. That's the last that I heard. I don't think the dog was in any form hurt or anything like that, but Borals tend to be they want to be by their people. When she would stay with me, she'd break out of any cage just to be next to me. She was not destructive, was not a troublemaker at all. They just want to be next to you. And Borals tend to be like that with their family. So I had advised that, this is not your normal dog. She will be a little aloof of people. She will bite somebody if they come up on the house the wrong way. So that's the last I heard. I kind of wish, well, I don't wish, but she was a nice dog to keep. She was a nice dog to rehome to somebody who wanted a good dog. And this was a long time ago, unfortunately, but if I had her now, or if I could rehome that dog now, I knew exactly the kind of home that she would thrive in. Best part about living in Canada. There is no best part about living in Canada currently in 2024/2025. Canada used to be great because it was very diverse, kind of like a clean version of New York. So I really loved it. Right now, Canada is not the same. I'm hoping that we have a change in politics, and then we'll see. But Canada's beautiful. It's got a lot of different climates and a nice place to be, but currently it is not. What's going to be your number one rule for 2025? Oh man, I can't waste a lot of time. I'm usually busy and I try to stay focused. I can't sidetrack because I tend to be social and I like to talk and chill and do all the other bullshit like everybody else. But my rule is I'm going to try to be in monk mode for 2025. So any kind of distraction that's a waste of my time, I really need to figure out. I need to be able to shut my phone off and focus, not always checking my notifications and trying to think that somebody called me and it's important. I need to kind of separate myself. So I got 2 phones now, one for me and one for other crap. And that's going to be probably my rule, is to not get sidetracked this year, because this year is going to be the year that I need to make things happen. How soon can you introduce a prong collar to a puppy? To be honest with you, you can introduce a prong collar to a puppy at 12 weeks, but you really need to know what you're doing. A prong collar is not necessarily an aversive tool. It's a training tool if you know how to use it. For me, I could use a prong collar on an 11-week-old puppy and have no issues and train the dog perfectly and have no issues at all. I could correct a lot of the issues with the prong. I could do a lot of manipulation with the prong without hurting the dog. So for me, 11, 12 weeks. For someone else that doesn't know timing, doesn't know the whole other side of training, well, probably not a good idea. You could damage the dog, you could hurt the dog, you could sever your relationship, and if you're not paying attention, you could, physically hurt the dog. Yeah, your knowledge on training will dictate how you can use tools and your effectiveness of using tools. I don't correct often, but when I do correct, I correct. But for a prong collar, for a puppy, you wouldn't really doing a lot of correcting. You do more manipulation. If you have all these questions, man, I suggest that if this is what you're trying to do, it would be well worth it to just get on the blueprint. That would be my suggestion. If you guys want to screw around and figure it out on your own, you can, but the blueprint is basically the cheat code so you don't waste time, money, and stress yourself out or damage your dog in the process. Suggestions on how to clip my rescue pit's nails. They are super long and she don't like it. It's not just about clipping the dog's nails. Before you go to attempt to clip a dog's nails, you should have established a bond, a trust, and learn how to communicate to the dog that I want this, I want that, I'll give you this, I'll give you that, you can't do this, you can't do that. If you don't have that and you're just going to clip the dog's nails, I can't give you advice on how to do that. You might think you have a relationship with the dog, but you really need to build a real relationship with communication that's solid all around. So when you say something, they understand that it's not an option and that they don't fight it. Plus, there was probably some preliminary stuff you should have done with the dog, I don't know the dog, that would have got them accustomed to this stuff. I don't want to give you advice on how to clip this dog, because if this dog bites your ass, then you're in problems. In this scenario, I'd put a muzzle on the dog and, maybe put some peanut butter in the muzzle and take your time. That's what I would suggest. But I'm not going to sit here and try to explain to you that dog takes the muzzle off. I don't know the dog and he decides to bite your ass. You're going to blame me. Hope all is well. Finally got a pitty, male. Time to get back into dog training. Thanks for the program. Congratulations. Having a new puppy is amazing. Enjoy it because they grow really fast. And I hope if you do have the program, I'm not sure, but if you do have the program, that will be the cheat code for you and your dog, because that will make everything easy. Sorry, today wasn't a crazy, funny, or anything question answer, just a normal question answer. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope there was some insight there for you guys. And for the new year of 2025, try not to be a piece of shit and carry yourself in a certain way that you don't attract pieces of shit, okay? Have a nice day.